Hey, Kipsters! This is question number 2 on lesson 21 on volume. And this question, I'm telling you right now, is super duper tricky. So don't freak out if you don't get it and listen closely. Remember, we're blocking these out. These are our answer choices. We're just going to read the question and ignore them. Okay. What is the volume of a triangular prism that has a height of 6 centimeters and has a base whose area is 31.5 square centimeters? And then you see this formula, V equals half length times width times height. My goodness. Okay. We're looking for volume. It's a triangular prism, a height of 6 centimeters, and a base whose area is 31.5 square centimeters. And again, if you're not getting this right, I don't think there's any way they're going to be asking a question this difficult. But if you want to learn and get better, this is a good way to do it. All right, first up, I know you see the word volume. I know you're thinking length times width times height. You're like, what the heck is that thing doing there? But length times width times height is for a rectangular prism. Rectangular prisms look like this. Okay? Like a little box. That is length times width times height. But this is a triangular prism, so we're not going to use that shape. A triangular prism looks like this. And this is what's going to get a little freaky looking. It's basically two triangles, and then you just connect them like that. It looks like a tent or something. Cool. Okay. And if you were to draw what this is saying, it's saying that its height, I'll try and do this in a different color to make it clear. Its height is 6 centimeters. And here's the part that's really, really tricky. It says, sorry, I'm just trying to write centimeters there. It says a base whose area is 31.5 square centimeters. So here's what they mean, and again, I don't expect you to know this or understand it, but this part here, they're calling the base, and they're saying that that is area is 31.5 square centimeters. Okay? So, there you go. Now, this is confusing because what this is actually saying is that the height is 6, but this whole thing is basically the same as the length times the width. I know that's weird, but basically, if we use the PhysU formula, which I want you guys to use for all problems that have a formula, you would copy it down, 1/2 length times width times height. And what I'm trying to explain, and this is the part that scares people about this problem, is that this part together, length times width, the whole thing together is 31.5. So watch what I do. 1/2 times 31.5, and then H, we already knew was up there, is 6. So this is the first time, and probably the last time, where you will ever see, I'm just going to change these to multiplication signs, something that says a base whose area, they're talking about the base of the rectangular prism, length times width, which means that what we're solving is 1/2 times 31.5 times 6. So once you know that, then you could do the math. I'm going to do this part first. Because of the commutative property of multiplication, I can actually choose either part to go first. 31.5 times 6. And now we got some easier math going on here. That first part was a pain in the butt. 5 times 3, 30, 6. Keep the 0, bump the 3. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. No bump in there. 6 times 3 is 18. Get my slide. It's time for a decimal to take a ride. Okay, moves over once. 189. But don't forget, in our solve, we got to do the 1/2 times 189. If you remember, taking half of a number is the same thing as dividing by 2. So I'm running out of space down here. I'm going to do my quick division up there. 189.0 divided by 2. This goes in 9 times perfectly. This is going to go in with 18, nothing left over, 4 times with a remainder of 1 here. I'm doing the smart cut division method. 2 goes into 10 5 times. I pop it like it's hot. And then I'm given, just put the dot there, 94.5. I look, it's in centimeters. We're finding the volume, so it's cubic centimeters, which would look like this. Search for my answer choice. There it is right up there. This is not correct. This is not correct. This is not correct. The answer to this one is A. And once again, Kipsters, this is a seriously tricky problem. I got a lot of requests to review it. Don't freak out. It's not very likely that you're going to see the length times the width looking like that. They might give you a problem where they give you this formula and give you the length, the width, and the height. That's easy. Just use PhysU and putting in your units at the end like I did. But otherwise, just practice the problem, read carefully, and do the best that you can. Great job.